What's up everybody, it's your favorite luchador, the one and only gamer. And today we're gonna be talking about the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. And why do I think that PlayStation 5 is gonna be better than the Xbox Series X. And remember, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, elbow drop that subscribe button and slap that like. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Let's start with this whole thing, baby! Okay guys, now let's start this whole thing with the specs between the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Okay guys, we got it right here, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X specs. So let's start with the PlayStation 5. The PlayStation 5 is built on a RDNA 2 Zen 2 AMD architecture and an 8-core multi-thread 16-core CPU clock at a frequency 3.5 GHz. This is in comparison of the Xbox Series X 3.8 GHz of the same 8x2 16-thread and 2 cores. The GPU, the graphics engine on the PlayStation 5 is 9 teraflops pushed to 10.28 at the most, with a variable frequency of 2.23 GHz. When you compare this to the Xbox Series X 12.16 teraflops of 52 compute power and clocked at a 1.825 GHz. Now the RAM, it will be completely the same in both consoles. 16 GB of GDDR6. The storage on the PlayStation 5 will feature a custom SSD with 825 GB of storage, and the Xbox Series X is gonna have 1 TB SSD. So the expandable storage to be able to put more games into your consoles. Well, the PlayStation 5 is gonna be able to use a NVMe SSDs, while the Xbox Series X is gonna have a proprietary SSDs that they're gonna sell themselves. So in simpler words, the SSDs are basically like memory cards. So basically the PlayStation 5 is gonna have more options for you to buy different type of SSDs, maybe third-party ones, maybe cheaper ones. You're gonna have more options. The Xbox Series X is gonna have basically their own type of memory card that you're gonna have to buy only from Microsoft, and they're gonna have it in the stores, but you only can buy that specific one. You're not gonna have more options to be able to pick different prices. It's gonna be basically the same price all over. Now optical drives. So both of these consoles are gonna have 4K Blu-ray players, so you're gonna be able to watch 4K movies and all that good stuff. Now the I/O throughput. The PlayStation 5 is gonna have 5.5 GB a second of RAW and 8.9 GB per second of compressed. The Xbox Series X is gonna have 2.4 GB of second RAW and 4.8 GB per second compressed. So let's talk about the max output resolution. They both are gonna be able to supposedly do 8K. To be honest, I don't know about that. We'll see in the future. Maybe racing games or something like that. Max refresh rate 120 Hz. VR support, the PlayStation 5 is gonna have VR support, it's already been confirmed, and the Xbox doubtful. cloud gaming, well, we got PlayStation now, most likely in the PlayStation, and Microsoft Project S Cloud in the future. Backwards compatibility. PlayStation only will be, so far it's been confirmed that it's only gonna be compatible with PlayStation 4, and the Xbox Series X is gonna be compatible all the way back to the original Xbox. So you're gonna be able to play original Xbox games, 360, Xbox One, and all that good stuff. In this regard, the Xbox Series X PlayStation 5, there's no doubt about that. Now the dimensions. Well, the PlayStation 5, we don't know how it looks, but the Xbox Series X, they already show it, and for some people it might look a little bit big. To be honest, it doesn't matter how the console looks, it's how it performs to me. So now the release day, both of these consoles are gonna be releasing on this holiday 2020. Okay guys, let's start this whole thing and stop all that mumbo jumbo tech stuff that nobody wants to hear. And I'm gonna tell you in simpler words, why do I think the PlayStation 5 is gonna be better than the Xbox Series X. So let's start with the power. A lot of people are just saying that the Xbox Series X, because it got 12 teraflops and the PlayStation 5 only got 10, is gonna be better than the PlayStation 5. And I'm gonna tell you why that is completely wrong and it's irrelevant and had nothing to do with anything. We're gonna go back all the way to the beginning. The PlayStation 2 was announced in 1999. The PlayStation 2, officially branded as PS2, developed and marketed by Sony Computer Entertainment, it was first released in Japan on March 4, 2000, and in North America on October 26, 2000. The PlayStation 2 offers backwards compatibility for its predecessor's DualShock controller as well as its games. Having sold over 155 million units worldwide as confirmed by Sony. Over 3,800 games title has been released for the PlayStation 2, with over 1.5 billion copies sold. The PlayStation 2 have so many amazing games like Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, Ratchet & Clank, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Guitar Hero Part 2, Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, Gran Turismo Part 4, Kingdom Hearts, Okami, God of War Part 2, just to name a few. Now let's talk about the original Xbox. The original Xbox was a video game brand created and owned by Microsoft. It was the first video game console offered by an American company after the Atari Jaguar stopped sales in 1996. The original Xbox was released a year after the PlayStation 2 on November 15, 2001 in North America, February 22, 2002, and in Japan.
The Xbox is everything The Rock is: cutting edge, powerful, exhilarating, and like The Rock, it will be the most electrifying thing coming out this year. And what The Rock is to sports entertainment and to the WWE, the Xbox will be to the video game industry a breakthrough and certainly an original. I mean, The Rock doesn't impress easily, Bill, you know that, but I'm pretty damn impressed with what we're seeing here today. And considering that this Xbox at this moment is only running on 1/5 of the system's power, it's very impressive. Bill, do you have any idea what The Rock would be like if he were only running on 1/5 of his power?
Well, I would think that...
It doesn't matter what you think, Bill. I'm sorry, Bill. It's just a force of habit. Rock apologizes. No, The Rock, even at 1/5 of his power, would still blow everybody out of the water, just like the Xbox. It is truly the future of video games, and I'm very excited to simply be a part of it if you smell what The Rock is cooking.
And I don't want you guys to get me wrong. The original Xbox was an amazing piece of tech for the time. It was the most powerful console of the 6th generation. Okay guys, so now we're gonna be telling you which console won the 6th generation. The Sega Dreamcast sold 9.13 million units. The GameCube sold 22 million units. The original Xbox sold 24 million units. And the PlayStation 2 sold 155 million units, becoming the most sold video game console of all times, even though it was weaker than the Nintendo GameCube. Now let's talk about the 7th generation. The Xbox 360 is the successor of the original Xbox. It is the second console in the Xbox series. It competes with Sony's PlayStation 3 and Nintendo Wii as part of the 7th generation of video game console. It was officially unveiled on MTV on May 12, 2005, with detailed launch and game information announced later that month at the 2005 E3. This time around it was a little bit different because the Xbox 360 came first. Now the PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 3 is the successor to the PlayStation 2 and is part of the PlayStation brand of console. It was first released on November 11, 2006 in Japan and November 17, 2006 in North America. This time was a little bit different because they didn't just give Xbox a whole year ahead, they also priced the console way too high at $599 for a 50 gigabyte version and a $499 for a 20 gig version. But at the end, which of these two consoles actually won the 7th generation? Well, the Xbox 360 sold 77,311,669 units, and the PlayStation 3 sold 77,313,472 units. The Xbox 360 was beating the PlayStation 3 almost all the way to the end, but at the end the PlayStation 3 beat the Xbox 360. But who actually won the generation? Neither of these consoles, because once again the weaker console won the generation, the Nintendo Wii, selling about 101.63 million units. But what about this 8th generation of consoles? What about this generation? Well, this generation is being pretty much the same, but it changed a little bit because this time the weaker console did not win the generation. It was the one in between. And which one is it? The PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 4 has sold over 110 million units, while the Xbox has only sold around 50 million units, having the most powerful console in the market right now with the Xbox One X. And the Nintendo Switch being in the market for less than 3 years, coming out way later after the Xbox One has surpassed the Xbox One X, having just the power of 1 teraflop, a little bit over 1 teraflop, and it already beat the Xbox One X. So that's just a telling of why power doesn't mean nothing. It's all about the game. It's all about having fun. And I'm not saying that the Xbox doesn't have games, it just doesn't have enough first party games for us. It only has a lot of third party games that you can play already in the PlayStation or on the Switch. A lot of games don't run on the Switch, yes, but they have so many first party games. The only way for you to play a Mario, a Zelda is on the Nintendo Switch. It doesn't matter how powerful the console is. The console is gonna sell because of first party. You add some third parties to it, and that's it. The PlayStation 5 is powerful enough to be able to do 4K 60 frames per second. So games are gonna be looking the same in both consoles when it comes to third party. It's all about the first party games. And not only that, the PlayStation 5 is gonna be running the games better. And you know why? Because the Xbox One is gonna hold back the Xbox Series X. Because for the first 2 years, we're not gonna see any Xbox Series X exclusive. While in the PlayStation 5, we are gonna see PlayStation 5 exclusive games. That they're gonna be taking the full capabilities of the PlayStation 5. And I know that a lot of people are gonna say, oh, you're just a PlayStation fanboy. And I'm gonna tell you this, I own 2 Xbox and 1 PlayStation. If I'm a fanboy of anything, it's Nintendo, because all my life I have played Nintendo games since I was a little kid. And I can tell you straight up, PlayStation is better. Why? Because it got more exclusive games that you can only play in that console. What makes a console better than the other one is the games that it only has in that console. And I know a lot of you don't like exclusive games, but why we're gonna have the same console that just look different with a different controller and you can play the same game as both consoles? Oh, because of just a controller? Just because of the form factor of the box? That doesn't mean nothing. It's all about the games. It's all about what games I can play in this console that I cannot play in the other one. That's what made a console special and different. And that's why PlayStation will probably always win from now on. It's gonna be very hard for a console to dethrone the PlayStation, because they got so many exclusive games, so many games that you cannot play in the other consoles. And not only that, the SSD on this thing is a complete monster. If you want to say the Xbox Series X is 100% powerful, then that's fine. But the PlayStation 5 is gonna be like 80% powerful and 100% fast. The Xbox Series X is gonna be 100% powerful and 50% fast compared to the PlayStation 5. Let that sink in for a moment. Think about it. When you're playing a game and you're putting attributes to your character in a game, are you gonna put a player to be 100% powerful and 50% slow? Or you rather put a character 80% powerful and 100% fast? Come on, guys. It's common sense. It's completely common sense. PlayStation 5 is gonna be better than the Xbox Series X. I'm telling you right now. And at the end of the day, this is my opinion. I hope I don't disrespect anybody. I hope you guys have a nice day. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, remember, elbow drop that subscribe button and slap that like and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. I see you guys later.